breakdown class all across the world in the different zones. We're going to be covering scriptures about brotherhood, essentially. All right. So if you have any questions pertinent to brotherhood, put them in the chat. If you have any questions that are deeper than what I can understand, put them in the chat also. We're going to wait for Captain Nayathaq. Will be in the class a little later on, Lord willing. But without further ado, what's going on in the earth? Officer Yanazar, I know you know what time it is out here. Y'all see what's happening with the president and how he's moving to deploy the National Guard into Chicago, to oppress God's chosen people. I was listening today on the radio, and they were basically saying that if you don't have white skin, you better make sure you keep your paperwork on you. All right, because you're going to get accosted, man. We are literally living in Nazi Germany right now. Papers, please. That's reminiscent of what was happening during World War II, man. Anyhow, we have to gather ourselves together. All right. We're going to go over some milk scriptures briefly. Then we'll get into our topic. Officer Waryala. Oh, Most High in Christ. The brother came in with a question. We're in the book of Matthew, chapter what? Book of Matthew, chapter 18. The book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 21. Most High in Christ. When you get it, read it.
Okay. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times? Verse 22. Jesus said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
Oh, you really pulled a brotherhood scripture tonight, huh? You have an issue with forgiveness? This scripture right here is pertinent to the topic of brotherhood. All right. So read it from the top.
Okay. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me?
So Peter had a question. He's just like us, in ancient times, dealing with brothers. You know how hard it is to keep niggas together. We're always at each other's throat over the most minute, simple, trivial things. We, for whatever reason, cannot get along. And it's usually the people that are closest to you, that you have so much issues and challenges with. All right. Things that we're dealing with back then, we're dealing with them today in modern contemporary times. Okay. So think about the things that would piss you off about a brother or sister. Most of the time we have difficulty communicating effectively with one another because of Christianity, because of the oppressor and us living under the devil. We've learned deception. We've learned to mince words. We've learned to be disingenuous. Peter's asking Christ, how often shall my brother sin against me? How often shall my brother transgress my rules? Because we all got our own rules. You got your own little goddamn constitution. You know how far you'll go with a person, what your limits are. Give me what are some of the things that would piss you off when it comes down to people, when you're dealing with your brothers? We ain't gonna talk about the devil or nothing that. We talking about, this is family business, right? So the things that agitate you about other Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Being a who? So that. Okay. So being a man of your word. So your word is bond then. Right. Now, I can understand that. I'm sure Peter had a gripe about that when it came down to the other disciples. We got to show up for camp and a nigga not here. You know what time you got to be at the schools, respectively. Captain Nayathaq ain't playing with that. What time you supposed to be at the school before camp? Yeah, Most High in Christ. At least you know. But how often are you at the school by 11 o'clock? I don't think the people at home can hear you.
Like not often.
And that's not to call you out, but I'm just saying this is the spirit behind what's being taught here with respect to this question that Peter's asking Christ. All right, read it again.
Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? Till seven times?
Yeah. How many times is this nigga gonna violate my rules or transgress, our brotherhood? How often? 7 times? You give a brother, we play baseball with one another. You give a brother 1 strike, 2, 3 strikes you out. We don't even give brothers 3 chances, brothers or sisters. Keep reading.
Verse 22, Jesus said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
Good night. Give me the math on that. What's 70 times 7 times 70?
490.
490. You did that pretty quick, or you just know that because you weren't here. So just imagine a brother violating you 490 times. That's a hypothetical, man. That's an exaggeration. He's not literally saying that the brother's going to violate you that many times. But if they did, what's wrong with forgiving them 491 times? What's the alternative? What's the other option? So when you think about the times that Captain Nayathaq says to be here at 11 o'clock, right? He's expecting you to be a man of your word, right? Because your word is bond, right? And you're holding true to your office as a priest, as a prophet. You're supposed to be dependable, predictable, reliable, right? We're expecting you to be here at this particular time, right? But you said you're not often there at that particular time, right? And you expect for Captain Nayathaq to forgive you or to be accepting of your tardiness? Oh, you want punishment. You want BTA. You want belt to ass. That's what you're saying. Oh, there's consequences. There are real-time consequences for you not holding true to your word. Brothers tend to lose confidence in you. There's a thing called reputation. Give me the definition of reputation. Your reputation precedes itself, right? Because people talk. You will hope that your actions or your reputation would really be reflective of who you actually are. What did they say about Christ that wasn't true? They called him a wine bibbler. He hung out with Gentiles, all kinds of evil things. Go ahead, brother.
This is the definition of reputation in Merriam-Webster dictionary: overall quality or character as seen or judged by people in general.
Overall what?
Overall quality or character as seen or judged by people in general. B, recognition by other people of some characteristics or ability. And then 2, it says a place in public esteem or regard, good name.
Right. So when you think of reputation, this is what is known about you. It's commonplace with your behaviors, your actions, your conduct, the way you speak, the way you talk, the way you dress. This is it's like a spiritual representation of who you are, your reputation, right? The word on the street about Oyala is what? What do you think your reputation is? I'm not making this about you. I'm just using this as an example. That's what we got to focus on. When we think about brothers and sisters that might sin against us, have you thought about your actions and if you're sinning against them or if you're violating the terms of whatever brotherhood or sisterhood is with other people? So you can't be so quick to discredit a person. Don't be so quick to count a brother off. This is why Christ said, what, 70 times 7, 490 times. We're talking about forgiveness, though. You want to be forgiven for the times that you late, for the times that you might be short on your word, right? That's how you have to extend that same grace, that same mercy, that same understanding, that same compassion, that same empathy to other brothers and sisters. Very, very important. This is a spiritual thing. This is not carnal at all. So a lot of the reasons why we get jammed up is because we're emotional. You can't be emotional. You got to look at a thing and recognize it for being whatever it is, especially when you have an alt with a brother or sister. You a priest. You graduated Hebrew Academy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too many men on planet Earth that would subject themselves to that hell and come out on the other side, a new creature, So you have to change your perspective about forgiveness, all right? There is no limitation to forgiveness when it comes down to your brother or sister. And if you're having an issue, a habitual issue with a brother or sister, you can't forsake the counsel. Go up to 15.
Verse 15.
Tell them where you are. Read
This
from
book
the
of
top.
Matthew, chapter 18, verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
We got simple conversations, man. Don't be a goddamn coward. You got an issue with a brother or a sister. As a man, as a priest, as a warrior, go to that person, but not in the spirit of, don't have the spirit of war in your heart. Have the spirit of, I got to make this right because this is my brother. I'm not trying to gain a new enemy, right? Why wouldn't I, why wouldn't I be able to have a conversation with you so that we can fix this thing if we family, if we truly are God's chosen people, if we are truly royalty, there has to be a higher level of decorum with the way we conduct ourselves with one another, the way we treat one another. Can't be like how Esau treats one another. You know what he does? He gets mad and he goes and gets his goddamn, it used to be a musket, now he gets an AR-15, and he's killing everybody based off of how he feels and what he thinks. It's no time for talking with Esau. All right? When it comes down to you being an Israelite, oh, you're royalty. We do all things in decency and in order. Go have that conversation. And it's a hard thing because no one on earth is doing it. This is why Christ had to break this down, on a very base level. This is something we should have learned when we were little niggas, like you say. These your words, not mine. Should have learned this fresh out the womb. All right. Keep reading.
Go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Okay, so you go see a brother and you be like, man, I didn't like the way you said whatever the hell it was you said to me, right? I didn't like the way you formulated your words. I didn't like the tone on what you said to me, right?
Salaki,
Go ahead, brother.
I believe Cap is ready.
Oh, Most High in Christ. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Captain of 13,000, Nayathaq. Banyamya.
Water, man, water. Hey, Shalom. Yeah, Bashir Shagatham. Yeah, Shemata Bashir Mashai. How y'all doing?
Well, about one. How you, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I mean, I keeping up with the news. Yeah, I mean, I watching everything that's happening right now. You understand? You see the state of America right now on the earth. And what do you see? What do you see going on the earth right now?
Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of turmoil, the earth is it's a lot of contention, between the nations. Just here in America, it's you got the farmers, they pissed off. So this is a lot of division. I was listening today about black farmers and how they're being left out of what's happening with soybeans and how the white farmers they're going to get bailed out by the federal government.
Yeah.
The black farmers they're at risk of losing their lands to the Afrikaners, the South Africans that Trump gave a pass to come live over here. Like it's a lot going on here. We ain't gonna talk about the trade wars or the tariffs or none of that.
Mm-hmm.
You see what's happening in the Middle East.
Yep.
Let's come back to America. The federal government is basically mobilizing the what is it? Going to Chicago. Oh, yeah, yeah. Who's supposed to be going to Chicago? Salakia. ICE and the National Guard. Salakia.
That's them. I was trying to remember them too. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
ICE, CBP, ICE, the National Guard. You know, we are living in some very precarious times. You know,
That's right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Salakia.
No, you're right. I mean, and there's another word for that, which it is what you just described there is a place that is lacking order, which means we're living in what right now? Everything Bankel says, is on point. We're living in a time where it's total chaos. Remember that look up that God for me tab one, that God of chaos.
Come.
Right? And that's what we're living in right now. And the chaos is brought about to try and basically distract you. You understand? Because now your churches, right? Your churches, what are they doing right now?
So like,
What are go ahead.
you saying you want the Egyptian god of chaos?
Egyptian god, you give me all the gods are chaos. And you'll see there ain't, you know what I mean? Go ahead.
Come. You got Set is in the Egyptian mythology, represents disorder and desserts. Ahriman is Zoroastrianism, the spirit of chaos and destruction.
No, tell me this. Why you think they will have a god of disorder for disorder? Why would you have a god for disorder?
So, like I said, if I may,
come on.
Okay, they worship disorder and they profit from disorder.
That's it. Money. Always boil back to what? Money when it comes to your oppressor. Now there's disorder in the earth, which means what is the most sought after, things on the earth right now? What are nations seeking after?
So, like I said,
come on.
Precious metals.
Metals and to do what? To make them gardening equipment.
No, to make weapons and technology.
That's it. Right now is a race for weaponry. You understand?
Yes,
come on.
I saw an article today. I don't know whether it's true or not, where they're actively building like this space station, like it's like a aircraft carrier in outer space. I saw an article today. I don't know how credible it is out of what but it said that they're actively trying to build it now.
I believe them. You know what I mean? Right now, Esau is, clutching onto straws. Give me in the book of Exodus, right? Find me in the book of Exodus, where it speaks about Pharaoh saying, let's deal wisely with them. Right? And this is one thing you have to pay attention to when it comes to the oppressor. What does the oppressor fear most right now on the earth?
So like it's an insurrection.
Okay, insurrection. Nah, he ain't fear no insurrection.
Okay.
Yeah, he had all the guns. Yeah, that young boy. I think it was. I hear myself twice.
I know it's Exodus 1.
Is they fearing the unity of black and brown people?
Okay. I hear that echo. Trend mode. Someone can figure out where it's coming from.
Yeah, it's like South Carolina. Mike.
Okay. Right. It's, some of us saying
I got it.
The unity of black people. Okay. Let's say black people unify. What's going to happen?
Salagia, sir.
No, you're all on it. You're all on it with the unity, but you gotta give me a bit more because remember, heathens are carnal in one way, especially the oppressor. You understand? He's very carnal.
So
There's one thing that is very carnal with. Come on,
the transfer of power,
give me a little more, Yanis, huh? I mean,
like if we were to come together, like
Mhm.
that's going to change the whole economic forecast for America. Like everything is going to change.
no, now you get into it.
And
Yeah, I
then,
mean,
yeah.
go ahead.
And and that's what they fear the most, because that's
Mhm.
what they've been doing throughout our captivity over here in the Western Hemisphere, is making
Mhm.
sure that we didn't have economic power, because
Yes,
that's what they fear.
making sure we don't come together with the Mexicans.
Kind of one
You know what I mean? Black people today think that Mexicans are not black people. They think the Mexicans are coming across here and taking your jobs. You know what I mean? When just go back 50 years ago, what were you in the street protesting for? Because Mexicans was taking your jobs? No, you wasn't protesting because Mexicans was taking your jobs. You're protesting because you wasn't getting the same amount of money these oppressors was paying their people. You understand? Like we are, they divide us for a reason. And it always to the oppressor, it comes down to numbers. Check any war they have with any other nation. It's numbers that they're trying to get rid of. Now you understand why there were so many abortion clinics in your community. Now you understand why the Native Indians were on reservations and every 5 miles was a what? Every 5 miles, well, every reservation had a what? Right in arm's reach. What you think they had?
A liquor store.
Yes, a liquor store. A liquor store. You understand? You think it's a gas station. There's a liquor store they had. And the Native Indians, because of oppression, they would what? Drink their life away. I don't know if it might be worse now, but look up the life expectancy for somebody living on a reservation. You understand? Now give me who has what I'm looking for in
I
Exodus.
got it, sir. I got it here.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, and verse 9.
Hmm.
And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
You understand? More and mightier. Meaning what? They are what?
They're more populous, and they also are able to do a lot of things. They're
We're
capable.
more athletic, we're
Yes.
stronger, we're better than at them at everything that we do. Everything that we do. Come on, show me it. Let me see the numbers. You just have it on the on the screen there. Yeah. What's the numbers you're seeing there? What's the average age?
So like so from this graph, you can see that Native Americans still face significant life expectancy gap. They have the lowest life expectancy of any ethnic group in the United States. The highest is Asian non-Hispanic at 83.5, then Hispanic is 77.7, then white is 76.4, then black is 70.8, and theirs is 65.2.
There's a reason why.
And it's like so, and it's gone down. So this latest experiment or survey is from 2021, and it went to as low as a 65.2. Before that it was about 70, now it's 65.2. So I have to try to find something more recent. But Concert, 4 years ago, they still had the lowest.
Yeah, it's a reason. You understand? Like they are playing a numbers game, and right now they know their people are not producing at the rate the oppression that Black women and Hispanic and First Nation people are in. We're producing children, and just imagine the women are not producing children like our women. You understand? And now here comes the pretense. You understand? to try and trap black people. So you starve them, and then you put a tunnel down for them. And that tunnel is either you go play basketball, football, you go play sports, you go be an entertainer, you understand? You be a drug dealer, or you be what? You go in the military. You understand? And black people, because of oppression, we make choices just to what? Survive. You understand? When you come in here now into the Israel School University of Practical Knowledge, you are teaching your kids that a nation depends on you. You understand? A totally different mindset you're putting in kids in here. You understand? So now they're not just making decisions on what to survive. They're thinking, you're thinking on what does the nation need? The nation need doctors, engineers, lawyers. What do we need? You understand? Think just like a government. You think America can sit down and say, you know what, we're short on engineers, so let's now have green cards or visas just for engineers, for STEM. What do I call them? STEM. I forget what you call them. Those STEM subjects. You understand? Where now people from other nations coming into what? Fill the gaps. Fill it. How come they're not complaining about these Asians coming and taking all the computer jobs? Ain't nobody complaining about the Asian taking all the computer jobs. Ain't nobody complaining about the East Indian taking all the Dunkin' Donuts and your hotels. Nobody complaining about that. But you complaining about Hispanics picking oranges, doing construction. Negro, you wake up 8 o'clock every morning to go to some construction job. You are not going to make it through the month. You're not. Salakia. You understand? The Lord gave every tribe a blessing, and Issachar, they could work. You understand? The Lord blessed them with that. They could, you know what I mean? They could do things. Right? Read on.
Verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them.
Let us deal what?
Wisely with them.
So now you go get what? You go write up things and say what? You go tell your military, let's use Chicago as a training ground. Brother, so they bust in doors, break up people's furniture, take their kids outside with no clothes on.
Salakia, sir.
Zip tie. Come on.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say they had zip tied the children and put them in vans.
Like, what is the purpose of that? The purpose of that is to do what?
Terrorize.
Yes, that's a terrorist. You understand? These people did nothing wrong. Like, what is the reason for you terrorizing, you know what I mean, people like this? You're not going to these, you know what I mean, to these people out there in the sticks that have tanks and Uzis and bazookas that could actually do something. You're not doing that. But you're doing it to people that's poor, that's destitute. Come on.
If I may, sir. They know where every drug spot in the city is. They know every spot. They know every spot out of one. But we haven't seen them busting no spots yet.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean? We gotta hold on and wait and see. Because guess what he's doing to Venezuela right now? What is he trying to do to Maduro right now?
Well, first of all, he's trying to provoke him to war.
Yeah. Well, yes, but what is he doing to Maduro? What is he? Yeah, go ahead.
So I don't know if this is the answer you're looking for, but from what I understand, isn't he like randomly bombing like boats and ships? And
yeah, for what? What's the reason? What's the reason?
Isn't he claiming that it's because they're drug dealers? Like it's like cartel.
Yes. And who's the leader of the cartel? Maduro.
Yeah, Maduro.
Yeah, Maduro.
And Salakia, sir,
Come on.
I was just watching a documentary on Venezuela, and how, the American companies was ripping them off. And so he nationalized everything, you understand? And then they got that big oil field off for what's the country? Uh what's the bordering country with Venezuela? It's a smaller country. They
You
speak
have
French.
Guyana.
Yeah.
No, not that's the okay. You talk about the French Guyana, the Guyana that's
Yeah.
next to Brazil and Venezuela. That's the Guyana. That's the Caribbean country.
Okay, so there's a vast oil field there, and
Yeah.
most of the oil is in Guyana territory. But
Yes.
Maduro and the Venezuela is trying to claim that, and the United States is trying to prevent them from getting it because that would give them more oil independence because they got more oil than Saudi Arabia. Venezuela has.
Yes. Yes. The Bible says what? That his foot is dipped in oil. Like the Bible, you know what I mean? You think these oppressors didn't study this Bible? They study the Bible. That's why you could go put in verses inside of Google and Google spit it right back out here. Say, I'm looking for this. Spit it right back out here. They study the Bible. They know that the Bible is speaking to Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people. They know it. That's why what they're doing right now, okay, brother, you have to be blind as a bat. The way he's saying blind as a bat, not to see that America and Israel right now are doing ethnic cleansing on them Palestinians. It's clear as day right now. Now, why would a nation, an empire that went through so much years to try and keep a clean reputation, just destroy it in 2 years? Why? Because they know the time is short. They know the time is short, and they're trying to get a grip. That's why they go bring in what? Chaos. Give me some more of the gods, chaos. Give me the ones, the Greek and the Romans. Yeah, but go ahead.
Come. Salakia.
While you look for it there, Yanis, I'll continue reading.
One concert.
Mm-hmm.
Come, let's deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies.
Right, and that's always the excuse for your oppressor. To do what? To just further oppress us more. You understand? To further oppress us more. Like, you can't tell me that Black people are not different from your so-called oppressors. We're different. Culture different. Everything about us different. But yet and still, he is talking about us. He's talking for us. Like, you can imagine you on there talking for, you know what I mean, for the oppressor. Like, he's not having that. You understand? Every nation on the planet Earth outside of Israel, I want to say Israel, Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people, their people speak for them. Their leaders speak for them. We don't have a spokesman. You understand? Our spokesman is who? On Earth right now is Commander General Hannah. You understand? But as a nation, as a people, we don't know that. We think what's his name? Booker and Kaheem, what's his name? Kareem Jeffries, and all these Black politicians.
Hakeem Jeffries.
Hakeem, I apologize. Hakeem Jeffries and Benjamin Crump. We think these Black individuals are for Black people. We think they're for black people. But lo and behold, they speak for people who pay them. You understand? The Bible talks about a howling. Find that for me in the New Testament. Yaniza, read a little bit more of that for me. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Tab one. Go ahead and show me.
Oh, God, sorry. This is
Go
the
ahead.
Roman god of the Roman goddess equivalent to the Greek deity of chaos is Discordia, who embodies confusion, strife, and disorder. While the Greek concept of chaos was a primordial state of emptiness before creation and also a god, the Romans primarily adopted the personification of chaos as Discordia, whose name derives from the Latin word discourse, meaning
Yes.
discord.
You understand? Like they think they could do what? They are trying to do what? Cause chaos to do what?
So, like I said, their ultimate goal is to stay in power.
Yes, but their chaos is to what? Is to destroy government so now they could bring up their governments. Who they want. You understand? Right now, there's so much discord on the earth. There's so much disorder, so much chaos on the earth that they are trying to do what? Bring their order in with all this chaos. Like he is in his natural element with his chaos. You turn the TV on and you will think, well, you know what I mean, ain't nothing going on in America. Ain't nothing. Lo and behold, you know what I mean, not just in America, ain't nothing going on the earth. You understand? Right? Anybody find that for me? The one with Maman? Oh no, the hireling I want. Right? Yeah, is there any more on that?
No, that's it. No, it says verse 11. Oh, first it says, unto our enemies and fight against us, and so we get them up out of the land. Verse 11, therefore they set over them taskmasters.
Right. Your taskmasters today is like your who?
Like your preachers, man.
Yeah, your preachers and who? You're correct. Because they're the ones who basically doing what to you?
Convincing you to join with the enemy.
Yes, they're guiding you straight into the oppressor's kingdom. Preachers telling you everything's going to be okay. You said to pray and don't forget to pay your tithes. And everything will be okay. And who again? Your politicians. Your politicians telling you to do what? What politicians telling you to do?
Be a sub in the play in the master's game.
Yes. By doing what? By telling you to do what?
Participate.
Yes, to go vote. You go vote. That's how you make a change in the government. You understand? That's how you're going to make a change. We didn't vote. So that's why Donald Trump is in power. That's why, you know what I mean, when the state we're in right now. Because as black people, we did not go vote. When that's trash, that's garbage. Right? Anybody find it for me? All right. Yanisa, you go to 1 Samuel 14 and 6.
Kind of one cut.
All right. Because while your enemies, they look at numbers, guess who's not looking at numbers? Who don't look at numbers?
The Most High God.
Yeah, God don't look at numbers. Why is he looking at numbers? You understand? And if Israel, people who claim to be Israel, you know what I mean, they not praying to the Lord. They begging the so-called oppressor across here to send all the military equipment they could have. All have the best equipment. You understand? The Lord What does the Lord want to do for Israel?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
He wants us to have rulership in the
Yeah,
earth.
and what does he want to do for us to have rulership?
So like it, sir,
Come on.
he want to get rid of our oppressors.
How?
Salaki, sir.
Uh-huh.
By sending Christ, of course. Like Christ is gonna destroy them.
Or you have the Hamas fight who?
Israel.
The Eastern Europeans, the Ashkenaz. You have Putin and the Ukrainians fight each other. You have the South Sudan and North Sudan fight each other. You're not going to have these, our enemies, fight and weaken each other. And then all Christ going to do is come in and do what? Clean up. Clean up. The Lord is going to have America and China go to war. The Lord is going to have America and Russia go to war. He is going to do it because he wants you to rule.
That's right.
You're the ones that's supposed to be in rulership. You understand? But because of the oppression and the destruction he done put on you, we think we just reduced to having a supporting role. When what the hell are you talking about having a supporting role? We don't need to have a supporting role. You understand? We should just sit back, go to work, do what we have to do, come home, take care of each other, do what the Lord said to do, and watch this nation fall. It's about time. It's about time. Right? Come on, who have it for me?
You said 14 and what? First Samuel 14.
And 6.
Okay, I got it, sir.
Right?
So like I said,
And come on.
yeah, you asked for the scripture about Mammon.
Yeah. Not Mammon, but harrowing.
Harrowing. Okay, come on.
Yeah.
I think that's Luke 10.
Somebody find it for me, but you go ahead, Giannis, sir.
So
Come on,
yes, sir. John 10 and 12, sir.
John 10 and 12. I think Tuwada choir bar. Tuwada. Go ahead and read that from K1.
Gone. This is the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 12. And it says, "But he that is an hireling and not a shepherd."
Right? He that is a what?
An hireling.
A hireling. Now look that up for me. Type of 1. Look up who's a hireling. You know what I mean? And please tell me you ain't seen Hakeem Jeffries, Booker. Please tell me that's not the case. Or Creflo Dollar, you know what I mean? TD Jakes, etc. You understand? Because black people need to understand that these preachers been lying to them. For what? Guess what your pastor been lying to you for? Guess what? Money. That's why he has all the nice cars, everything nice, and you have nothing. Nothing. He done deprive your morality, integrity. He did the whole works on you. Come on.
You just want the definition of hireling, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Hireling, noun. A person who serves for hire, especially for purely mercenary motives.
Right. They say mercenary motives. Right? And mercenary motive has to do with what? Military. War. Right? But this hireling, he ain't being hired to go fight no war. This hireling being hired to what? Speak on problems associated with people who's not even his people.
So like if I could, sir?
Come on.
Actually, mercenary in this context, I have a definition for mercenary that makes it pretty clear, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Mercenary, active, primarily concerned with making money at the expense of ethics.
Yeah. Like he don't care. He don't want to know why in the hell he getting paid to go do this job. He just want what? Money. You understand? You could tell me you're the most moral army on the planet Earth and you hiring mercenaries to do what? To do what?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Can we say safely that our so-called black leaders are HOEs? Salaki.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we've been saying. You know what I mean? We've been saying the Christian church is HOE, house. You understand? We've been saying that. You understand? And the mass, you know what comes out of the mass? If it's not pork, it's, you know what I mean, it's that dust, that white dust. It's known. You understand? And what we don't understand is that he done trapped us in this game. He done trapped us. Because now remember, he's saying that Maduro is a what? Is a kingpin. And their policy right now is to treat these drug dealers as, I forget the word they use, the political term they're using for these drug people, either terrorists or you're trying to call them that. You understand? Right now, they are arming up to go fight Venezuela. They're fitting to go take their God chaos and put it in Venezuela. They want Venezuela all the way torn up. So when they come in, oil is what? Cheap. All the minerals that Venezuela have is cheap. You understand? Because now you're going to have to what? You're going to have to pay for security. You're going to have to buy our equipment. You're going to have to do everything we tell you to do now. It's the same thing they did to what? Libya. Same thing they did to Iraq. You understand? Like they go in there and just weaken nation. Just like they did to who? They did it to the Native Indians and they did it to the so-called what? Blacks and Hispanics. Weaken our nation. That's
Salaki, my
why,
lord.
come on.
If I may, Babu Kasha, what you're talking about is so heavy because I've been following the Venezuelan conflict with the two boats that, I mean, the U.S. Navy and Donald Trump blew up. Now, there are reports coming in that Russia has also backing them up. So my question is, based on your knowledge of the scriptures, because I'm a child in the scriptures. Do you think
Me
that
too.
The Most High going to allow America to do this to our Asherite brothers in the time that we're living in right now? Do you think that there's going to be an overthrow? Because I know, for example, Gaddafi was a heathen. The Most High don't really care about that. But this is the children of Israel we're talking about right now. You know what I mean? So my question is, like, do you think that is going to fall through, or how you think it's going to play out? Baba Kasha.
How I think it's going to play out? Job 9 and 24. What does Job 9 and 24 says?
Salaka, it talks about the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Salaka.
Yes, that's it. You know what I mean? You can't, you know what I mean? Okay, it's no different than what the Haitians did, right? And when I say no different than what the Haitians did, don't think that going and joining another oppressor means now you won't get saved. The Lord don't want you depending on another, on your oppressor to get saved. The Lord wants you depending on Him. You understand? You know what I mean? The Lord is not going to try to, defend you when you trusting in your oppressor. Remember, Moses didn't get into the kingdom. Why? Why Moses didn't get into the kingdom?
Salaka,
Did
sir.
all the work. Come on.
Because he didn't give the Most High credit for some of the things that the Most High did.
Yes, the Lord wants the credit out. You know what I mean?
And so, like I say, if I may, Babu Kashar,
Come on.
what you're saying is nuclear because, Shalak, if we're using the word nuclear, because I heard Donald Trump say you can't use the word nuclear. There's two N words you can't use. Shalak.
Go ahead.
Knowing that the our brothers in Venezuela don't have the truth like we do. You know what I mean? It's not in Venezuela like it is in Trinidad and Jamaica and the Bahamas and Haiti and Santo Domingo and stuff like that. Do you think that the Lord might just have some favor, like kind of? I'm just trying to understand it because, like, I'm gonna give you my opinion. I don't think that America is gonna mess with Venezuela. That's how I'm seeing based on everything that I'm looking at. Because one, not just that the oppressor is backing up or Asherite brothers, it's just that Asherite brothers on a different level, you know what I mean, with military warfare in their carnality. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to understand, like, how is it going to really play out, not just biblically, but logically in reality, Salakia?
Salakia, sir?
Yeah, come on.
If I may, sir, we got to remember, right, even though the Asherites are the majority of that country, allegedly, but that country is run by the Spaniards. The Spaniards are the ones that are in power in that country, more so than the Issacharites. I mean, not the Issacharites, the Asherites. Like they are just like any other oppressor. You understand? They have crazy, mad corruption over there, you know, and they do all of these things against our people over there too. Our people are oppressed over there too by oppressors who are really the ones that's running the country.
Okay. You all okay. I can't say how the Lord gonna do it, but I could tell you this. You understand? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You understand? And there ain't no way you're going to join with another nation thinking, you know what I mean, you could climb your way out of, I mean, you could save yourself. It's not gonna happen. This earth is going what? Into war. Right? Remember what give it in the New Testament where Christ said it. He said what? You're gonna hear what? Rumors of what? A war. You're gonna hear what? Nation against what nation? Kingdom against kingdom. You understand? And he's telling you it's close. Not yet. But it's going there. It is going there. It is building up, building up, building up, and the earth is going into war. That's why he's getting so vicious right now on Black people, Hispanic people in America. That's why he's getting, because he's making sure that everybody know. That's why he is, Trump is making sure. Heck said, call them men back and tell them, yo, to F with the rules of engagement. To hell with it. Because they're going to war. So now, you know what I mean, is however the Lord see it fit. He gonna do it. Now he could save a ton of our Asherite brothers. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean, the devil is the devil. You know what I mean? And the Bible says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. But let's get Yanis, are you there for me?
So like I said, I got Matthew 24:6.
Go ahead.
I got Samuel's 14:6. First Samuel.
Okay. So hold that right there. And I think we had to finish. Did we finish with the howling?
Sir, I think it's
Sir.
Okay, let's finish first with the howling.
Come on.
Go ahead.
But he that is an hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, see the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep and fleeth.
And that's what they're gonna do. when problems really take hold in this place, your preachers are going to be nowhere to be found. You know what I mean? Like how the scripture said that they're going to be like foxes, what, in the desert, basically. They're going to be nowhere to be seen. Nowhere.
Right.
They're going to be in their mansions locked up. You know what I mean? Food stacked up to the rim while you deal with the chaos that America done unleash on this nation. Right? Read on.
Gun. And the wolf catcheth them and scattereth the sheep.
And the wolf, what catch them and what scattered the sheep? So now guess what? Now you Crips, you Bloods, you Catholic, you Baptist, you Democrat, you Republican, you Independent. You understand? The wolf done what? Scatters. You understand? Why? Because you be a black leaders who's supposed to be leading you. They don't take money and turn their back counting the money while the wolf taking you. Read on.
Salakia, sir. That was it for that verse.
Solid. Yanisa, go ahead. Yeah, we're gonna drop that one for now. Yanisa, give me that one.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 14 and verse 6. And Jonathan said to the young man that bare his armor, come and let us go over unto the garrison of these uncircumcised. It may be that the Lord will work for us, for there is no restraint to the Lord to save by many or by few.
You understand? Like that's the mindset. We have to be in that mindset right now. You understand? We can't just be going about life haphazardly. You understand? You're gonna have to come in, you're gonna have to be militant. You're gonna have to think like that. You understand? You're gonna have to move like that. You understand? We can't move and think, well, this is just, you know what I mean, like a phase we're going through. No, this is your life. You understand? This is your life. This is warfare. If we don't fight, the nation done. Think like that. We don't fight, our kids will have nothing to hold on to. Nothing. Then just get ready for your son to pawn a dress. Get ready for your daughter to pawn a Timberland boots. You understand? And some plaid shirt. Get ready. If we don't fight. Read on.
God. Verse 7. And his armor bearer said unto him, do all that is in thine heart. Turn thee. Behold, I am with thee. According.
And that's the mindset you want. You want young men to be in. But you won't have to be the seasoned man showing that mindset. You got to be the one showing these young men what? We can't show no fear. You understand? We got to be on point. We got to do everything the Lord says to do. We're going to have to do it. We're going to have to fight and do it. Or else we're done. You understand? Jonathan understand the Lord. He knew the Lord didn't go by numbers. He does not go by numbers. Most of the Christian Israelite group, they think in the Lord go by what? Numbers. And because of the carnality, they know black people, you know what I mean, with that carnality, not knowing the scriptures. You understand? They don't understand it. Right? Read on.
Verse 8, according to thy heart. Verse 8. Then said Jonathan, behold, we will pass over unto these men, and we will discover ourselves unto them.
Right. So that's Jonathan, as brave as he could be, went in there and I mean, you read that story. He dealt with them viciously. You understand? Right? Dealt with them viciously as can be. right? Give me Psalms 33 and 16. Give me Psalms 33 and 16. And while again Psalms 33 and 16, let me see if I could get this here for you quick, right? And to let you know, how your oppressor, views you and what he's doing right now. And the fight we're gonna have to put up gotta put up a real fight. You think he's just going to say Maduro is a drug kingpin? You think he's not going for Mexico next? You don't think he's coming for black people next? Because he talking about, his country devastated by drugs, right? That's the excuse you're using to do what? To blow up these fishing boats. They claiming that these fishing boats is bringing drugs where? Where does it say these drugs are coming from Venezuela to America?
To America.
So if he's doing that to them and not even get, there's no proof, there's nothing showing that these were drug dealers. What do you think you're going to do to black people and Hispanic people in America? Drug dealers, you better wake up and realize that you've been working for the oppressor and he knows it. And he's coming for he's going to use you as a scapegoat to further put black people and Hispanic people under the prison or in oppression. You understand? Like black people think, somehow we move from thinking as a nation to being individual. You selling drugs is going to make what? Me look like I'm what? Selling drugs too. You understand? The white man, black face is black face to him. And he just looking for an excuse. You understand? And we gotta wake up. You understand? You have some type of addiction, you come into the ICPK. We have all the help here necessary for you to get off that addiction. You understand? You want to stop selling drugs, you come in here. We're going to show you, you understand, how to stop abusing, your own people. You understand? Poisoning your own people. We're going to show you. You could do right. You can make things right. Don't let the oppressor make you feel like you're going too far. You understand? With the Lord, going too far is in the grave. That's why the Bible say what? A live dog is better than a dead lion. You understand? You're alive, you're breathing, you have a chance to make a change. And the Lord going to see it and honor it if you do make that change right now. But if you don't, then guess what? The grave waiting for you. Guess what? Donald Trump judgment waiting for you. Don't think he's just going to stop with Maduro. He's not. He's going to use it as an excuse to come after the Israelites. And we're going to have to clean up. That's why we're going to have to be right. Read what you have, Yanazar.
Okay, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 33 and verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
There is no king saved by the multitude of an host.
Right? There's no what?
There is no king saved by the multitude of an host.
That's why all your kings, you rarely hear somebody be called a king on the earth. Why? Because there ain't no multitude going to save a king. And this is King David saying this here. Read on.
A mighty man is not delivered by much strength.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
Verse 17. And horse is a vain thing for safety.
You understand? All your chariots, all your F-35. Oh boy, they show you a video of Donald Trump watching an F-16 fighter. Boy, the white man, he is, he believes nothing could take him out of power right now. Nothing. Oh, he believe in that. You know what I mean? Heart and soul, he believe in it. You understand? And salivating for the day where he's going to do what? Where he's going to turn them guns on black people to further just get rid of us. Right? Read on.
Kanawankan. Neither shall he deliver any by his great strength.
Neither. You understand? Like you think you could go trust in Russia and think they're going to deliver you with their great strength? Okay, no sweat. Lord has something. Lord going to make an example of you and show you. You can't trust in these oppressors. Putin ain't no different than Donald Trump. You understand? Netanyahu no different than Donald Trump. They're all Europeans. They're all oppressors. You understand? Read on.
Kanawankan. Verse 18. Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him.
The eye of the Lord is upon them that what?
Fear him.
That fear him. You understand? That fear him. Like we're going to have to fear the Lord. And how do you fear the Lord? By doing what he says to do. You understand? Like most of us claim we don't fear the oppressor until we were.
Say that again, sir.
I say most of us claim we don't fear the oppressor until we where we will be when we start fearing the oppressor.
So, sir.
Come on.
Yeah, in jail or in a coffin.
Right. Well, in the coffin, you ain't no, you can't be afraid again. But once you in front that judge arc, I mean, how much of them calling what's his name? Young Thug. No, Young Thug, a rat. Call him a rat. In the streets, he's big, tough, bad, Young Thug. You understand? But in front them judge, in front them officers, oh, he was squealing. He was talking. You understand? He didn't need no cheese. He was talking. You know what I mean? You hear him rats in the walk. Nigga was talking. You understand? Well, the Lord, he wants you to fear him. You don't need to fear your oppressor once you fear the Lord. You don't need to. Why would you fear your oppressor? You're not breaking none of his laws. But if you're breaking his laws, of course you're going to fear him because you're 2 steps away from doing, you know what I mean, time. I mean, life. For some powder, for some dust that he don't give value to, so that your simple behind could go take and go sell and then get locked up. You know, our brothers sitting in prison, my brothers in the grave because of that dust. And you're dumb behind, still going behind it and thinking you're going somehow you gonna make it out the hood, and not realizing this is just for a time. You're a dummy. You're a fool. You understand? And I hope you get a fool's reward. Right, read on. Any more, Ted?
Sir, is more.
Come on.
Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy. Verse 19, to deliver their souls from death and to keep them alive in famine.
You understand? Because that's coming. That's coming. And you're going to need the Lord help to get through that. You better come and join the RCBK. The commander Jay Hanna is not just, he ain't telling us everything going to be okay. He's telling us to prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. You understand? Because days are going to be hard. It's going to be harder. Right now, Satan is, you know what I mean, he's at work. He's at work. You better recognize that. You understand? All right. Let me get what's the time? Come on.
Yeah, if the brother could he read verse 20?
Come on.
Go
ahead. Tawada.
Gladly,
Go
sir.
ahead. Mm-hmm.
Our soul waiteth for the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
He is our help and our shield.
That's it. Our help and our shield. Not Russia, not America, not China. They are not our shield. The Lord is. I don't think you could wait with dust under your nose and your mustache and think you're waiting on the Lord. You're waiting on the Lord. You understand? Don't think you could be selling that dust and you're waiting on the Lord. You understand? Don't think you could be going and having interracial marriages and saying waiting on the Lord. That's not going to happen. You understand? Right? Now, somebody, Taba one, read this for me. You can see that?
Come on, sir.
Right? So it's from the Lucifer Principle, a scientific expedition into the force of history. You'll get his book. Yeah, a good book to read.
Come on, sir.
Read this highlighted part right here.
Come on,
God,
sir.
so like I said, I got this book.
Most High in Christ. Read this right here, Taba one.
The puzzle of complacency. In a world where some cultures elevate violence to a virtue,
Some cultures do what?
Elevate violence to a virtue.
That's your oppressor. That's chaos. That's what he's doing right now in the streets of Chicago and Portland. He elevating violence to a what?
To a virtue.
What's a virtue? What's virtue? Look that up. Look that up.
Come
on. While you're looking that up, somebody could find me where the I think it's either Amorite or Moab went to his king and say, if we only if these people worship the Lord, we shouldn't go to war with them. Somebody find that for me.
I got it, sir, in Judith. I got it.
Judith? Okay.
Virtue. Behavior showing high moral standards.
What?
Behavior showing high moral standards.
Behavior showing high moral standard. And they're likening what? Violence to a what?
High moral standards, sir.
Yes, to virtue. You wonder why it is he's doing all of this? Because violence to him is a virtue. Read on.
Come on. Slakia. In a world where some cultures elevate violence to a virtue, the dream of peace can be fatal.
The what?
The dream of peace can be fatal.
Meaning what? Meaning what? You could die. That dream of peace. Remember that dream? I had a dream.
Okay.
I had a dream. Well, that dream was damn fatal for Black people.
Okay.
You understand? With a people whose virtue is violence. Read on.
Okay. It can make us forget that our enemies are real. And
that what?
It can make us forget that our enemies are real.
Who make you forget your enemies is real?
Like I said,
come on.
The Christian church.
Yeah. And your politicians and your schools. They make you forget your enemies are real. Read on.
And can blind us to the dark imperatives of the superorganismic pecking order.
Oh boy. Who could break that down for me? Oh boy. Who could break that down for me?
So like I said, I'm gonna get a shot.
Come on.
It's basically saying that when we forget who our enemies are, we get what's the word I'm trying to use? We become subject to whatever it is that, you know what I mean, our enemies do, and we become at a lower state than our enemies in terms of like the pecking order in terms of like society and class. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll be like third class, fourth class citizens because we forget who our enemies are because of the things that they do to oppress us and put us at that low state. Salaki.
Okay, you're somewhat there, but it's saying that it can blind us to the dark imperatives. What's imperatives?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
It's imperatives are like the plans that are coming against us, the things that are working against us.
Yes, like for example, give me an example of a dark imperative.
Salaki, sir, Leviticus, LGBTQ.
That I'll take that. What again?
Drugs.
Salaki, sir.
I'll take that. Come on.
Mass incarceration from how to call it, from they got a term that they use, from preschool to prison.
Yeah, the prison to school pipeline.
And of course, if I may, sir, Christianity.
Yeah, and don't forget this. This is the big one right here. This Planned Parenthood Act. You know how much of our soldiers get put in the grave? You know how much of our princess get put in the grave because of that dark imperative of this
And Salaki, so if I may,
Come on.
not to cut you off, my lord. Last night I taught the class in Charlotte on the history of abortion, and one of the things that Margaret Sanger said at the Klan rally is that the eugenics program that she pushed and Planned Parenthood and all of that stuff, they push it on all people using the civil rights movement and feminist rights or whatever. And she said in her interview that she didn't want for 10 years for Black people to have children, and because she, in her mind, she thought that our women were retarded and morons and ridiculous. So what you're saying is heavy, because when we take on, you know what I mean, those things that the oppressor put in front of us and we do it, they be laughing behind our backs and in our faces too, Salakia.
Yeah. You understand? And now tell me this. Tab 1. Look up this book. The Bird Dirt. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. By Ben Wattenberg. Derth. The Birth Dirt by Ben Wattenberg. Tell me the course of that book.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now, sir.
Yes, now. Now, 1 minute. The super organismic pecking order. What is that? What is that talking about? What does the Bible say about Israel?
That
we're
at the top.
We at the top. And now you have this super organismic pecking order. Like, we don't even know there's a pecking order. It's almost like subconscious. It comes to us. You know what I mean? To the point whereas a white man in the hood and he running like he is in Beverly Hills. You know what I mean? With his headphones on. You know what I mean? Or a white girl running through the hood. I mean, you start seeing that, before you know it, there's gentrification taking place. You understand? Yes. Not Zagaba, you're correct. We think we're equal. When to them, they're a super organism. They're in a pecking order. We don't even know that. You understand? That's why when they talk to us, you know what I mean? I don't know if you all saw the interview Commander General had recently, and he was talking to this white man, and this white man thought because he had on this suit and tie meant something. You understand?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
I saw that video, sir. It's one of my favorite videos, man. He punked that white man like,
yes,
Lord.
That's exactly what you have to do. You understand? Because to them, they think they're better than you because they put on a suit and tie. But when you start talking about what their people doing to us, it's almost like they're not seeing it. Well, those are dark imperatives. Those are blind, dark imperatives. You understand? Well, you can't see it, but it's affecting a certain people. It's affecting us. The judicial system is affecting Black people. The medical system is affecting us. Everything they're doing in this place is affecting Black people. When I say Blacks, I'm including the Hispanics, the First Nation people also too. It's affecting Israelites, I mean, in the whole. Right? Come on, Tabon, Slakia.
Kalkan. So the birth dearth seems you can find digital copies. People are flipping digital copies for $15, $16. But to get an actual copy of the book, the two lowest prices I see are $199 and $252 to get an actual physical copy of the book.
Yeah. And what does that mean? What does the birth dirt means? What is that talking about?
Salaki, sir. The subtitle of the book is what happens when people in free countries don't have enough babies. So
don't have enough what?
Enough babies.
Yeah. So this was a Ben Wattenberg. Who you think that is? That's a small hat. And they have always been a problem when it comes to numbers. Always. That was always the problem when it comes to numbers. And they realize anything they do, they can't stop Black people from multiplying, Hispanics and First Nation people from multiplying. There was a shutdown and there was a baby boom. Remember COVID? Yeah. Like they think with all the oppression we're going through, we will only resort to what? One baby or no children? Zero. But that's not the case. You understand? That's not the case with us. You understand? His woman wait until she nigh onto 40, where she had to take a ton of medication just to have a child. And then when
Fertility drugs.
Yes, fertility drugs. And when they do have the child, you know what I mean, all the way, you know what I mean, messed up. Because now you're done forcing something that the Lord fitting to, you know what I mean, take back from you. You know what I mean, you done past that years, that youthful years. You're trying to now have one. So they understand that. And numbers to them is imperative, but to us, it's not. So now they have to go do things to try and make you do what? Deplete yourself. And what's the other thing they done do to us? And think we created it. But it was created by the CIA.
So like I said,
come on.
Is it the drug epidemic?
And from that, what did it create?
LGBTQ.
Created something that right now that they have a problem with. Or they claim to have a problem with. Come on.
So like I said, I want to say mass unaliving by so-called Caucasian males.
No, Mathana, no. It's something that comes from addiction. I'll take that not Zagaba. I wasn't thinking about that fatherless homes, but everything you're all saying here is a byproduct of it. Where does the addiction come from? Where does the fatherless homes come from?
So like
What's one of the major things that cause it?
It's oppression, and it's also like mental illness as well.
Okay, not so much oppression. Not so much oppression. But there's something that the black community does, right? That is, you know what I mean, that's somewhat forced on us in a way, as you say, I'll take that oppression, but it's not a reason for us to go do it.
So like I said,
Come on.
stress.
Well, okay, what do black men say? What's the famous reason why black men say I have to feed my family? What do they
Poverty.
do?
Poverty, sir.
But what do they do?
So like it, sir.
Come on.
They sell drugs, sir.
That's it. And with drugs come what? Gang violence. You understand?
Okay.
With gang violence comes what? Brothers getting what? Unalive.
And locked up.
Yeah. Who collecting the insurance money on these, you know what I mean, these rappers unalive in themselves?
The small hats.
I mean, I don't know. You understand? Like we have to recognize that yes, you're getting a ton of money for it, but it's short term. Why not think long term? Why not think let's be the one in charge? Let's be the one in charge of the stock market. Let's be the ones in charge of you bet. Okay, where's your walls? This is your walls right here. This is your fence right here. Do not go over it. Hamas, you all stay across on that side. Israel, you all stay across on this side. You'll stay across on this side. We ain't gonna have none of that. You stay in your place, he stay in his place. You understand? Like, when are we going to be able to do that? Why are we not striving to do that? Why are we striving just to, you know what, I'm gonna get rich today? To hell with your child, to hell with your aunt, to hell with your mother. If I have to sell them drugs and get this money to send my baby girl to school, so be it. Can't think like that. Can't think like that.
So like I said,
Come on.
yeah, I'm holding Judith chapter 5 and verse 20.
Come on, go ahead. Read that for me. I know we're coming up on the
Baba
time.
Kasha. Yeah, count. This is the book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error against this people,
If there
and
be
they
any
sin
what?
against them, if there be any error against these people,
You understand? Now hold that where it is right there. Right? Tab 1.
Okay.
Read this highlighted part right here for me.
Okay, sir.
Read that one right there for me.
Okay,
Oh,
sir.
sorry. Put it back how it was. Sorry.
I got you, sir. It's like
No, the way you had it. Yeah. Go ahead.
okay. In the 11th century, once again convinced that she could use her great strength to usher in an era of peace.
Right. It talking about basically China, right? Read on.
China turned to diplomacy and did so brilliantly. She discovered that it cost far less to pacify her enemies with tribute.
To what?
It cost far less to pacify her enemies with tribute.
With tribute. What's tribute in this case?
It's like it would be like money, sir.
Money.
Okay.
Money. Read on.
Okay. She discovered that it cost far less to pacify her enemies with tribute than it did to maintain an elephantine army. So she paid her enemies off. To keep these hulking powers from her throat, she worked insidiously behind the scenes to stir up trouble.
Hold on. What does that mean? She worked behind the scenes to stir up trouble. What's she doing? What's she doing?
So like it, sir.
So like I said,
She's causing chaos and
she
Hold on. Yeah. 1 minute. Go ahead, Yana, sir.
she's causing chaos and confusion in the communities of that country.
Mm-hmm. Aya, what is going to say?
Moving to the lines of what Yanaza said is like you create propaganda and you store up problems covertly, Salakin.
Yes. Read on.
Khan. She worked insidiously behind the scenes to stir up trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Not
What does insidiously means? You know what I mean? These oppressors, they know how to paint a picture in your mind. Huh?
So I believe in something is insidious. It's like
Crafty.
and like covert.
Yes. You understand? Like it's crafty. And what the oppressor done did to us, Ark, is crafty where he puts us against each other. Now, guess what the Mexicans speak? 100 years ago, the Mexicans speak the same language just like me and you. But today, guess what they speak? Spanish. So now that's a barrier right there in itself. You think they ain't sit down amongst each other and say, you know what? You take the Mexicans, I'll take the Judites, I'll take the Benjamites, you take the Haitians.
Okay.
You understand? So now we all the way what? There ain't no way we could sit down and discuss it. We have to now spend time learning each other what? Language. They spend time doing it. They knew what it was doing.
Salakin, sir.
Come on.
And that's so heavy what you're saying, because even in the book of Psalms chapter 83, it talks about these other nations coming together and being confederate against the children of Israel and taking crafty counsel. Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Come on.
Officer Yatazar was talking about what happened down in Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
That was a perfect example of what you were saying, because he's our brother, but because of the language barrier, he didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And his only recourse was try to intimidate those brothers.
Yes.
You understand?
Because that's what you learn from your slave master. You don't understand them, that mean they're against you. No, that don't mean that. But you learn that from your oppressor. You understand? What is your oppressor say to Hispanics when they talk in Spanish around them?
Speak English.
Yeah, speak English. That's so disrespectful. Speak English. Why did I speak English? Why? Why you don't speak Spanish? You understand? Like it's a reason why they did it. Right? Read on.
Con. Not trouble that would threaten her own security, but that would create squabbles among her enemies.
That would create what?
Squabbles among her enemies.
Yeah. That's why we're so divided when it comes to certain things in this country.
So like I said, if I may.
Come on.
So like I said, if I could, what you bringing out is real heavy. You know, obviously Yanazar and Ayaz hit the nail on the head too. But this is just, when you think about it, it's like I now see how you're bringing it out. Why they put so much like energy into making sure that the whole world looks at so-called Black Americans as the bottom of the barrel, as the most disgusting thing you don't want to be near. They teach my Jamaican brothers and my Levi brothers, like, yeah, when you come to America, don't be around them. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with my Hispanic brothers, you know what I mean? And sisters. It's like, and then they teach us to look at them like, oh, they trying to take your jobs. You know what I'm saying? They trying to come to your country. Your family been here for 500 years. How they gonna get off the boat and got a better job than you? You know what I'm saying? So everything they put out there, like that propaganda, like y'all was saying, is just about making us look at each other and pointing fingers, like the Spider-Man picture. Like I'm pointing at him, he pointing at him, pointing at him, and none of us are looking at the oppressor like, wait a minute, you're the problem.
Yeah, that's it. You understand? Like we don't understand the amount of millions of dollars they're spending to do this to us. To do this. To keep us what? Separate and fighting. You understand? And the last thing they say, squabble among her enemies. They say, after all, the more they quarrel with each other, the less they are bothered with the Chinese. The more we quarrel with each other, the less we bother with who? The oppressor. He ain't the problem. How much black people you at camp, and they like to say what? He ain't the problem. So they're trying to get an argument with us
Right.
to defend the oppressor. You know what I mean? Somebody said it earlier on. That's a Stockholm syndrome.
Con.
You understand? And that's
So-
what black people suffer with. Come on.
So like just very briefly, so like what you said is just so heavy. Because I was literally thinking that today. I seen another
Mhm.
video with that coon Charleston White. I cannot stand that man. So
Mhm.
like, but it's like in that spirit, that Charleston White coon Stockholm syndrome spirit is getting worse and worse every day. Because now it's being looked at like a viable option. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's a tough thing because people are looking at the conditions that we're living in. They're seeing that our people, they see the gang violence and they see these things and so on. And and now they're like, well, I've seen a black woman on the internet say that she felt that Charlie Kirk was like a big brother to black women. And she's been mourning his death because he cared more about our community, because he told the truth about our community when everyone else just lies and coddles us. But he told us the truth about, our culture and so on and so forth. It's like, yo, we really are embracing the self-hate, Salakia.
Yeah. And Jemiah Jackson. What doctrine is false? They come late to class and now you're always saying his doctrine is false. You ain't listening. You're a troll. Tell me what doctrine is false. We here speaking about the issues on black people, what's going on in our community, and all you can say doctrine is false. You're crazy. I mean, we need to wake up and recognize that we are going to have to be righteous people.
That's right.
We're going to have to be it. The things that's going on from the time you wake up in the morning, brother, they are spending billions of dollars to separate you.
That's right.
They're paying billions of dollars to have you fight and go against each other. You understand? Read on yeah. You was reading Judith?
Khan, this is the book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Let us consider that this will be what?
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
That this will be their ruin. And that's what's going on right now. Like they study the Bible and they know once they could get us to not serve the Lord, we got them. We got them. Just imagine you reading out the Bible, and here comes a black Uncle Tom, boot licking, sweat licking between the crack of the oppressor. Your doctrine is false. You're a fool. And it's because of you. You understand? You don't, you know what I mean? Black people are going to see the example. You're going to be an example to black people. Read.
Khan. This is the book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 20. At the end, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Right? And our what?
Let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
And we shall overcome them. And that's what they did. They made sure that we weren't serving the Lord. And they overcome us. But when the last days, and the Lord said in the last days, he's going to raise up prophets. You understand? To teach black people the truth according to the Bible. You understand? And show them in the Bible what they have to do. Or else things are not going to be good. We are going to suffer in this place and suffer tremendously. But brother, I'd rather suffer it with you all. You understand? I'd rather suffer it with you all. You understand? I'd rather you all suffer it with me. You understand? No.
Khan.
Any more on that?
La, so that was it, sir.
All right. So let's read this part right here. Taba one. Go ahead. Taba one, you there?
Slag, so we've muted. Slag, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Our internal fights often prevent us from even seeing external dangers.
What?
Our internal fights often prevent us from even seeing external dangers.
And this is your oppressor. Your oppressor understood that when they fight each other, it stopped them from actually seeing the enemy outside. And black people, we're going to have to come to the realization of that. We're going to have to stop being Democrats. We're going to have to stop being Republicans. We're going to have to stop being Christians. We're going to have to stop being Muslims. We're going to have to stop being drug dealers, drug addict. You understand? We're going to have to stop being these things and start doing what? Recognizing that the dangers is outside. Or else, you know what I mean? It's going to be tough. Read on.
Come. Under Ronald Reagan in 1983, the United States.
That's it. That's it on that.
Come.
But that line right there should be enough for you to understand that we have to stop the inner fighting amongst each other. And brothers here in the UPK, brother, you better be a shining example to the brothers in the world. We don't fight. You understand? We don't fight each other. We don't bicker. You understand? We have ways we deal with each other. We have a government to take care of issues that we can't take care of with each other. You understand? We better show black people that we can live amongst each other and love each other at the same time too. You understand? We can't show, you know what I mean? If the white man could learn that internal fights prevent him from seeing external enemy, the devil the Bible speaks of. Come on, people. Come on, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Let's stop selling the drugs.
Right.
You understand? Let's stop doing these things. Yeah, Maradaki, there's a book. Right? There's a book, there's a book called the Lucifer Principle, a scientific expedition in the force of history. Tabo won't look it up so you can show them a picture of it. This book here, you know what I mean, it basically, you know what I mean, breaks down the animalistic side of white people. Like there's a white man and he knows his people, you know what I mean, like he knows their mark. You understand?
Yeah, so like I said, there's a rat on the cover of the book.
Yeah. There is.
Yeah.
You understand? There's a reason for it because is the experiments that they did on rats, the experiments they did on monkeys, on animals, they brought that to your community. They already studied and realized that a rat or mice, even though if this mice is in New York, you take that mice from New York and drop that mice in South Carolina, the mice in South Carolina will kill that mice that came from New York. They know it. And it's based off of, you know, culture. They know what they have to do it. And they know they don't put us in spaces, in areas where, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, you think is just like black people think they like Jordans. No, you don't. You only like it because that's what he's pushing on you. He knows you follow your superstars. Yeah, that's the book right there. You understand? That's the book right there. And Esau, brother, he done studied it. He knows this. His psychology, you know what I mean? They know it through that science. You understand? Your fight is to open that Bible. That's your psychological book right there. The Bible. That's a history book right there. That book has everything thing in it. What does the Bible say? The Bible said what? None shall want her mate. The oppressor, he had to go create these books. We had the Bible. We don't need those books. They could study the books just to get some knowledge. But you're not going to let that book be a what? Be a guide to life. Your guide to life is your Bible. That's your guide. You understand?
Hey, so like I said,
Come on.
I put a link in the back chat.
Hmm.
I don't know if you got like it's not that long. It's like about 60 seconds. And this small hat was being interviewed by another Edomite, and the things that he said
Hmm.
in that interview was so diabolical. I got it on my TikTok account. I put it in the back chat. I don't know if Tabo One could play it so people could see exactly what you're talking about. That
Hmm.
goes, um, you know, what I mean, in direct
It,
correlation with the Lucifer principle. Salakia.
it won't jam me up. Wouldn't jam us up, right?
La, sir. It's on my TikTok.
Okay. Tab on, you can grab it quick.
Come on, Counselor.
All right. Give me Exodus 14 and 14. You know what I mean? Give me Exodus 14 and 14.
Come on, I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14 and verse 14. The Lord shall fight for you.
The Lord what?
The Lord shall fight for you,
Read on.
and ye shall hold your peace.
Now, the Lord want to do it. He wants to do it, but you know what I mean, we are going to have to do what he says to do. And so we don't need the white man F-16. You don't need his bombers. You don't need his, you know what I mean, his aircrafts. We don't need them things, man. The Lord knows how to destroy that. The Lord will bring those things down. He will. But we have to do what the Lord say to do. It's just like any father. Like we don't been taught about the Lord as if, I mean, he's a mother. You know what I mean? He gonna accept you for who you know what I mean? No. You understand? I mean to, you know what I mean? I'm talking about these mothers who not in the truth are talking about out there in the world. You understand? You sisters in here, you all understand the importance of a father. You all understand the Lord as a father. You understand? He tell you to do something, you better do it. Or else there's gonna be problems. Tabon, you have it?
Oh, Counselor.
Go ahead and play it. Okay.
It's like I just gotta share it.
Mm-hmm. No volume.
It's like, sir.
No volume.
No volume.
Yeah. You might have to come out, like remove it, and then come back in again. Sometimes the what you call it thing does that.
The StreamYard.
Yeah. Try it again. Yeah, no volume.
Still nothing, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to have to just no. What you have to do is stop. Like hit stop sharing and then reshare it again.
I got you. Come on, bro.
Sometimes it take time to reset. All right, we're gonna do one more. Somebody hold Zechariah 4 and 6 for me. So after this, we're gonna do Zechariah 4 and 6. Yeah, nothing. Let me see if I
Still
could do
hear
it here. Yeah, nothing. Let me see if I could do it here, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Add it to stage. Hold on, eh? Yeah, I think what you call it? Let me see. You can see it?
Come on.
You can hear it?
I know you know because I've heard it on your show before. I mean, we steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country, and we drain their blood and we mix it with the Passover blood, and then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own, and we grind up all the bodies.
No. I want to play that further because I don't know how true that is. I never heard it bring out, and I don't want them jam us up. You know who in charge of TikTok right now?
I
So,
understand, but it is true because they ain't flagged me yet. Because what I did was I did some research on it, and this is an old tape that
mhm,
the other Edomite that's interviewing that rabbi,
mhm,
they unalived him because he was trying to bring out a lot of the stuff that the so-called Jesuits were doing and the small hats.
mhm.
Salakia. Yeah, Khan. I can send you the articles if you want to. You know what I mean? Because this is proof. This is facts. What this interview was about.
Let me hear a little bit more. Hold on.
And the sausage and the hamburger. McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets. And the people, they eat it for breakfast. They eat it, their children for lunch. And, us Jews, we got to...
Now I'm gonna stop it there just for the channel's sake. So
Khan.
like, yeah, we can't lose this channel. These small hats is very petty right now.
Khan. No
So
sweat.
Salaki,
But
give
brothers
me.
can go on my TikTok because I got it from another TikToker
Mhm,
and he sent me the video on the full video in my
mhm.
email, and then I chopped it up into different parts. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I put it up there. So like brothers, if they want to see it, the full thing, just go to Radical Media. You know what I mean? And on TikTok.
And view it. Salaki,
Come.
brother.
No
Yeah,
sweat, sir.
these people really they'll look, you know what I mean, for anything to jam us up. You know what I mean? I ain't giving them no reason to do that to that. You know what I mean? We gonna hit them hard and we gonna hit them right. You know what I mean? But as I am saying, go to Radical what? Media
Another one cancer.
on TikTok. And you know what I mean, and get it. All right. Read who has Zachariah for me.
I
4
got
and 6.
Zechariah chapter 4 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
Count. This is the book of Zechariah chapter 4 and verse 6. Then he answered and spake unto me, saying,
Mhm,
this is the word of the Lord unto Zerubbabel,
mhm.
saying, not by might, nor by power,
But
but
that's why I said what I said. You can't go choose your oppressor. You can't go choose him. The Lord don't care about what? Might? He don't care about what? That power. A military might, that military power, he does not care about it. Read on.
Khan, not by might, nor by power, but by spirit, saith the Lord of hosts.
And say the what? By spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Like the Lord wants you to be right. Wants you to have the Holy Spirit. And for you to have the Holy Spirit, you're going to have to do what he tells you to do, which is in this Bible. You can't eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. There's a dietary law. There's laws on who you're supposed to marry. You understand? There's marriage laws. You understand? There's laws on how we should deal with each other. You understand? And there's laws in this Bible that we're going to have to follow, or else, you know what I mean? We're going to be waiting, you know what I mean, for a very, very long time. And we're going to be thinking, well, you know what I mean, waiting long, you know what I mean, let's go join with the Chinese. Let's go join with the so-called Russians. You know what I mean? Let's join with them. Let's put in money on Iran. No, can't do that. Can't do that, Aqua. You understand? That's why this is what is crazy to me, right? You hearing about soldiers right now, right? Um, crying out about the war in Palestine? Are you all hearing about soldiers crying out, speaking out against the war in Palestine?
Khan, and Salaka, if I may, sir,
Come on.
some of them have also unalived themselves because of what's going on. Salaka.
Right? And let me help you. They're hypocrites. How I know they're hypocrites? How do we know they're hypocrites?
Salaka, sir, if I may.
Come on.
Because they're doing one thing and then the result of what they do, they act like, you know what I mean, they're the ones who kind of feeling the pain of what they did and try to render aid in some subtle type of way, if I may.
When I say how I know they're hypocrites, who's the they are speaking about?
So like I said, the military, the small hat military.
No. I'm speaking about people in Esau's military today. They are crying out for what's happening to the so-called Palestinians right now. Right? What the IDF is doing to the Palestinians right now.
So
I'm saying they are hypocrites.
If I miss it, like I do understand what your question is now. Because they after 9/11 they went over Afghanistan and unalive over 3 million people and did the same exact thing. You know what I mean? So now so like I said,
not that. And that and you know what I mean when a brother or sister say, you know what I mean, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's not that. You're right, and that's with on the oppressor side of things. You understand? But I'm talking, you know what I mean, about something pertaining to us. How we know these people in the military, they're hypocrites for crying out what's going on right now in Palestine? How do we know that they're hypocrites?
Slacks, I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know.
Slack, yes, sir. Because them now cry out for what the oppressor do to we over here.
Yes. They went and joined the same military that unalived the Native Indians and stole the land. How in the hell now you could go cry out because another military doing the same thing your military do? You are a hypocrite. And that's why the white man going to take you and lock you up in their own prisons, because you are a hypocrite. You went and joined the same people who done lock your people up, who unalive your people and stole a country from them. You right now, every pundit, every analyst should be speaking about the Native Indians and what America did to them. That's what it should be doing. But they can't do it because they're going to look at as if they're what? They're hypocrites. Because you talk about why they don't just give the Palestinians back their land. Okay, if they do that, then America going to get the land back to the Native Indians. Then the Europeans going to have to give the land back to who? To the Hawaiians, the Polynesian people. You understand? You see how it started trickling down. You understand? Now they're going to have to start giving black people back their own land. But you're a hypocrite. You shouldn't join a military that done enslave or oppressing your people. Now he's going to use the same military to do what? To run up in your house and handcuff and zip tie your naked baby, pull them out of bed and throw them in the backseat of some van. Scare the piss out of your grandmother, your aunt, your old aunt. Stop being a hypocrite. You understand?
So like
join. Go ahead.
And what you're saying is so spiritual, because you know the whole world, like outside of America and I would say some parts of the Caribbean and stuff, everybody knows that we're the true Jews according to the Bible. But the only reason why this lie has been perpetuated is because of what you just said. Like, if they give back the Palestinians their land, that means we're gonna have to get back what is rightfully ours, including our history, our heritage, our culture, and our identity. Salaki.
Yeah, they want that war to stop. Then see that they don't belong to that. Not that land don't belong to any of them. You're gonna have to say it. You're gonna have to say the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the real Jews the Bible speaks of. They're the real Jews.
Right.
We ain't Jewish.
Right.
We ain't just go create a religion. You understand? And now, what is the Day of Atonement? What do they call the Day of Atonement?
Yom Kippur, sir.
Yom Kippur. And what do they do on Yom Kippur?
Salaki, sir?
Come on.
Yeah, they take white chickens and they swing it over their head multiple times, and they chant in Yiddish and do some weird ritual stuff. Salaki.
Big bird, a white big bird. They swing big bird, and they say that their sins goes into the white chicken, and now they just cut the chicken neck, and that's it. Pluck him. I didn't make that up, but that's to show you that is nowhere in the Bible. That is not our culture, but they created it. They created that. That's their religion. To be a Jew, you have to be a Jew by blood. To be a Jew ain't by religion. The land don't make you an Israelite. The blood makes you an Israelite. You understand? That blood makes you an Israelite. Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people.
Right.
That land, they stole it from you. That don't make you an Israelite. Like, how in the hell, that should give it away. Why in the hell in the Bible they didn't call the people that live in Israel the land of Israel or Israel? They call us Israelites no matter where the land, what land we was in. You understand? That was your nationality. But now you have a people that don't go and create a land, stays the land of Israel, and now all of a sudden is Israeli. They're not Israelites, they're Israelis. They're not Jews, they're Jewish. You understand? We're going to have to wake up and recognize blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that we've been fooled, we've been bamboozled by your oppressor, by your preacher, by your pastor, by your reverend, whoever you want to call him, by a politician. And we're going to how to recognize. We're going to have to come into the UPK and learn how to serve the Lord. Got to sit down in this class and get taught how to serve the Lord. You understand? Learn about your heritage. I mean, come join the UPK. You have, programs for you young black brothers. You understand? You have programs for you. The white man think, you're worthless. You understand? We don't. We value every black, Hispanic, and First Nation people. We value each one of you, brothers and sisters. With that, I'm going to pass the class over to the priest and officer who taking it. Taba one.
Like, so you got to move the camera.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Taba one. What's going on?
No, we're just moving the camera, sir.
All right, no sweat. All right, so next week, same time. All right.
Come.
Right.
Okay. Slug you.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
ISUPK security announcements. We got an ISUPK start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find this in Numbers 18 and 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in Hebrew is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or a teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation will be the closing. Upcoming holy convocation will be the closing of the Feast of Tabernacles. That's the 15th day of the 7th month. So that'll be Monday, October 13th at sundown. That'll be the next feast day, Salakia. Come. Remind Akim and Akwathan to check out social media such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. Salakia, Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, for ISUPK events and materials. Also, too, we just had the cookout, the West Coast cookout. Next cookout will be in Houston, the down south cookout. All right. So be on the lookout for that. That should be next month. Salakia. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, Imadium, men of Israel, Imadium. Sisters can remain yashab seated. Men of Israel, Sartan, if it's the teacher. Men of Israel, we give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Imadium Shabbat, Imadium, Barak, Yahweh
Yahweh
Yahweh Shem Shabrakatha.
Yadi Matah, Sartan, if it's the sisters, Imadium, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imadium Shabbat, Imadium, Barak, Yahweh
Shema'alatan Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yadi Matah, class dismissed.